Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Crypto Scene Investigation, where we have a look at various cryptocurrency projects and we ask ourselves, are they going to be worth investing in? If you like what I do on this channel, please consider liking and subscribing and commenting to let me know what you think of the videos which I make. If, let's say, you like what I do, be like, hey man, this video was cool, I liked it, thank you, so that we can, try to promote some truth within the cryptocurrency community and not just base ourselves off shilling projects. And if, let's say, you think I'm wrong, or there's maybe information which I might have misportrayed, or anything like that, then please comment and correct me on what I have said about the project. Yeah, don't just spam rude comments, because we're not about that here. We're about creating a good environment where we can all learn together and encourage each other. And last little disclaimer, this is not to be considered as financial advice. This should be used for inspirational, educational, and entertainment purposes. Now, look at that delicious chart. So, I believe that they had their kind of crowd sale / main point reaching around this sort of time, which, I mean, if you were to know the markets, then the markets would have probably also been something similar, showing something similar, and then they had their big pump, and then they just went and it looked like a rug pull for a long time. Didn't look like there's really much happening. So Propy is currently ranked 169, its market cap is 280 million, and they have a total supply of 100 million, and the current circulating supply is 73 million. So, what is Propy? We have this little video just to sort of give you a brief example. Set it to 2 times speed, so so essentially you've got like buyers and agents, and you've got a whole bunch of middlemen people and stuff. And then, so intermediaries, delayed communication, unnecessary repetition, and then Propy comes into the picture. So Propy is mostly made for real estate agents, but also people who are interested in selling their house, people who are interested in buying houses. So, they've got a property, so, you just go onto their website, or they'd use what they call MLS, which I believe stands for multi-something service. I can't remember what the L stands for, but essentially it's just like a combination of various listings on various websites. So you can choose to select the listing which you want to buy. You can actually purchase it in cryptocurrency and normal traditional ways, like bank transfer and all that jazz. So purchase and sale agreement generation, and then so you would sign that using the app, and then so you'd add the signature. And then, so additional documents, so you get the title report, sign, and then the disclosure. So essentially these are going to be tied to smart contracts from what I understand, settlement statements, so these are practically going to be tied within the blockchain network. So then you can choose your payment, bank transfer, or cryptocurrency. You make the payment, the routing number, all that jazz. Then you get the title deed, which will also be attached as a part of the property transfer transaction, whatever you want to call it. And then all of it's tied within the blockchain, so it ain't gonna be getting manipulated and all that jazz and turned around, because apparently wire fraud is actually a bit of an issue / concern. So let's have a look at some of these main wallets. So we can see that these wallets are tied to smart contracts here, 1, 2, 3. However, I'm not exactly sure what these top wallets are for. That kind of is a bit concerning for me to see such high numbers with that. So we will have a look a little bit more deeply into some of the actual tokenomics of the project, but yeah, we'll probably come back to this. So next thing, so what does BSC check tell us about this? It doesn't tell us too much. It says risky, but I mean, can we always trust that? So top holders, so this detected the same thing which I was mentioning, which was the 18% and the 18%. And we don't know what those are tied to. So yeah, so the other ones, I mean, why it doesn't mention these other ones is because those are actually contracts. But yeah, also we have other wallets which are holding over 5% as well, which could cause the liquidity pool to be drained quite quickly / fast. But because this project, and we will have a look into these guys a little bit later on, they do have doxed members. I don't believe that they'll probably do that, or if they do, they'll try to pull like another one coin or whatever. So token sniffer, what does that tell us? I feel like I've never seen an 11 out of 100 while doing these. So you can buy and sell it. That's fine. Oh, let's actually have a look at where you can buy and sell it on. So here are some of the exchanges. Notice a few missing. So we got Coinbase, Huobi. Those are big ones. But then, you know, we don't really have, like, where's our KuCoin? Where is our Binance? Where's our FTX? Where's our CoinX? Where is anything? All of them are like there's no Uniswap, there's no PancakeSwap, there's nothing, dude. So I think because at the moment Propy is mostly based for American users. And we will have a brief look at a part of their white paper and understanding some of that jazz. But I don't actually really recognize, BitTrue, I believe I've heard of, but Who, or however you pronounce that, hit BTC. So Huobi, do know them, Coinbase, do know them. But for international buyers, I'll probably think that you need to be buying it on Huobi, but I personally haven't used that or don't use that, even though it contains a whole bunch of coins, which I usually look into. So I'm not exactly sure what's kind of the hibbity hops with that. But yeah, so we continue looking. So, what the heck? So they have had something on Uniswap and SushiSwap, but that probably might have been years ago because it's not currently listed on there. Or at least from what I could, I guess, briefly see from the coin market cap deets. So the fact that the adequate liquidity, I imagine that probably comes into play regarding the 11 out of 100. I would probably not see that as too concerning because we do have it listed on other exchanges as well. So that Coinbase one, I believe, is super recent. I think it happened yesterday, or like within the last 24 hours or something like that. So it's super recent. All other holders possess less than 5% of the token supply, so that is not true. Which means a wallet contains a substantial amount of tokens, which could have a large impact on the token price if sold. And also, so here's something interesting, and there is one of these tabs which does talk about this. So one of the things mentioned in the white paper, so they actually have two white papers. There's the original, and then there's like the white paper 2.0. And they do say that there will only ever be 100 million tokens supply, right? So that actually would have come, hopefully, no, it doesn't say it here, but it should have come straight from the, it should be verified because that's what they say, right? But, it does say the source contains a proxy contract, which could potentially allow the functionality to be changed. Is this a bad thing? Is this a good thing? Let me know in the comments because your boy ain't entirely sure. So let's have a look at some of the Reddit stats. So 218 subscribers. I love looking at these at like this particular chart. So, you know, we started at, you know, like a few, and then, oh, you know, we're sitting at about like 70 something for about like a year and a half or like 3 years. And then goes whoop, and then he goes up to 200. It was just very funny to look at. Comments per day. We had 1, then we had 2, then we had 1 again. And then we had 3. What a big day. And then we had 1, and then we had 3. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Don't really have much complaints. But yep. And then, so posts per day, nothing, nada, not a thing. Maybe 1 every so often, and then 2. So, you know, things are happening for the project, man. Things are happening. So I'm not going to be looking at their Instagram stats, but this is interesting. So I saw this post which says, anyone know what caused the sudden 38% drop this morning? So somebody said Asian market expects some panda movement. Somebody sold some pro. Gosh. Saw the same thing and wondered must be a big bag holder closing their position after the recent pump. I know the founding team didn't have coins issued to them automatically, but the project did. Maybe they sold some coins to inject money into the project. Now, so that's kind of interesting, I guess, to think about. Twitter stats: 23,000 followers. In the last 30 days, we have had 1,300 new followers in the last 30 days. So that's okay, man. It's, you know, like, it's not awful, it's not bad, it's not tremendous. I mean, it's barely 1%. Barely 10%? I don't know if that's 10% or 1%. Gosh, I'm having a brain fart moment. So the user was created in 2015, and they have been around for some years now, regarding their project. So it's pretty impressive. I did check some of the comments and things to just make sure that it wasn't just spam bots. But no, so they are legit people. So then we have a look at some of the Google Trends. Oh, sorry, I forgot to show you. So this is some of the. So this is the reaction from this pinned tweet from November 6th, 2021, and most of the stuff is just them retweeting about things. Yeah, talking about Propy moves and all that jazz. So yeah, so pretty impressive. Some people are claiming that it could be moving up to about $20. I mean, that's kind of what I briefly saw while scrolling through this jazz of comments, like $15 to $30 and higher. Wow. I feel like you'd have to have a massive market cap for that though. Sorry, because yeah, I mean, yep. So we continue looking at some of the other stats. So Google Trends, what does that tell us about it? So over the last 12 months, we've had a massive peak recently, which as I imagine, I'm pretty sure that this is due to the Coinbase listing. Yeah. So let's actually have a little bit more of a look. Now, I couldn't find any direct partnerships on their website. In fact, this link, which I'm looking at right now, does not exist. Do you see it down here? Do you see the word alliance? There is no alliance down here. Scroll over here. Alliance ain't a thing, baby girl. So what this is something which I googled, a link which they currently do not have listed anywhere. And apparently these are the guys who are behind the Alliance Committee members. So these are potentially, so you could possibly consider this some level of a partnership. So CEO at Crypto Home Buyers, PropTech consultant, founder and president of the Opulent Agency. So these are a few different licensed agents who, like the crypto realtor group. So you have people who they are within the crypto real estate network, which I feel like that's pretty cool. So this is their sort of main page. So, receive 3 new offers pending transaction. The deal closed successfully. Congratulations. All this sort of jazz. Innovation that excites customers, complete compliance and storage, award-winning training to get you up to speed and keep you in the game. The world's first real estate NFT. So that's quite interesting. TechCrunch founder Michael Arrington's Kiev apartment sold in world's first NFT real estate auction. It's quite fascinating. I have heard of, I think, online property being sold, but yeah, maybe. So here's what's interesting. So you can actually NFT your property, the world's first NFT real estate sale. And you can NFT your property. So there are some potential benefits for that if you are interested. So yeah, that's quite interesting. So offer transaction request and accept digital earnest money payments in Propy. So this pretty much just goes over some of the deets and some of the people who have actually talked about it, and actually I think that I read something which one person managed to save like each of their agents like 10 hours per week or something, because apparently there's so much like paperwork involved and everything and switching and all that jazz. So automate your real estate transaction process, no extra tools to buy and bolt together. So I think that's pretty cool, to be honest. I don't believe they have a free service though. I think you have to like pay for their service, from what I have seen, but we will have a little bit of a deeper look into that. So yeah, so how a brokerage in LA saved their agents over 10 hours per listing. Like, I mean, it's fantastic, man. Like they had their own sort of case study, and she does a bit of an interview about that. So here are some of the benefits. So you can pause and read that. I'm not going to read them. Pause now. Unpause now. Great. So no need for spreadsheets or other tools. Propy offer management allows agents to take care of offers online while keeping sellers in the loop. So yeah, so that's regarding the offers. They also have a little online course where you can become a crypto certified agent, and so you can do that for the low price of $497. So by the way, I mean no hate to the company or anything. Every business has got to make money. Run your brokerage smoothly, securely, and efficiently. So essentially automate your transactions in 3 easy steps. So you have easily track and manage all phases of your real estate transactions, upload your documents in our secured environment, simplify your real estate transaction management, and increase your productivity. So essentially, so they sort of talk through some of that. Make sure nothing gets lost in the shuffle. Stay organized, increase efficiency, close more deals, easy and efficient compliance review, manage your documents securely. How fabulous. So we've done that. Next page. Learn and earn. Now this is one thing which, you know, was a bit attractive to me really. So rewards. And I think that this is really the part, if you're a real estate agent, this is probably the part which you really want to be listening to. Because this sort of attracted me a little bit. So you can be earning like tokens for you, or you can be earning rewards for, you know, doing things, right? Sign up for an agent profile, 100 tokens. By submitting your profile and completing all the required fields, you'll be rewarded 20 tokens, and 20 and 10 and 100. And another thing which you can do is list and add disclosures and all this sort of jazz. We honor your hard work and want to celebrate your wins. For each offer you get accepted, you get 20 tokens. So essentially, for real estate agents, you guys are literally probably going to be making even more bank than you already do. Welcome to like double millionaires club. How-to guides. Yep, I'm going to pause it on that. Pause the screen now. Not going to talk about it. Cool. Next page. Agent and broker owners. Gain a competitive edge and earn more crypto on core services and crypto. So this is essentially the page which I saw where you can, you know, pay for stuff. So you can be a professional, you can be premium, or you can do learn and earn. And it just said get started. So I'm assuming that it's not a free product. I tried asking some people on the Telegram, but I didn't really get an answer. And I only just found out while I was making this video that they had a Discord, because I didn't click on one of the links. How much of a baka am I? B-A-K-A, in case you're wondering how to spell that. So yeah, so you can get a whole bunch of things regarding offer management and transaction platform. Cool, that won't apply to most of you. Next page. Traditional crypto NFT transaction, wonderful, you can get started. Cool, next page. White paper. These are some of the more important things which you want to be looking at. So this is white paper numero uno, and this has got some cool jazz on it, man. So this was done in 2017, July the 17th. And so this sort of talks a little bit about them, but here's the thing which sort of caught my attention. So first of all, here are some of the main things which you'd be interested in. So no blockchain, partially decentralized, fully decentralized. So this is long-term goal, right? So adoption in the US first, and then emerging countries initially. So that's quite cool, really. Available in global cities. And then you can have a look at what some of the other details are. Pause, unpause, great. Next part, regulation change. So this is before Propy, right? And this is actually really nifty, this little part right here. So we have before property, offline steps: buyer, bank, portal, seller, bank, notary, escrow agent, land registry, delay or risk. What will the risk be? In some countries, the role of the title agents is played by others, i.e. notary, lawyers. Okay, sure. So that gives us a little bit of an extra bunch of details about that. But then you have this right here. And then so with Propy and blockchain, Propy, buyer, seller, seller's bank. And then pretty much all of it gets like distributed there. Unified distributed ledger with smart contracts. And then so they do talk a little bit about how the sort of smart contracts work. So title, contract, deed and contract, and all this sort of jazz. Yeah, so that's pretty fascinating. I did get these white paper links from the Reddit, by the way, because their actual website, once again, does not actually tell us this information, because why would it want to tell us information? So please, if you're watching this, Natalia, please add some of this information to your website. But I mean, yeah, it might not be important for real estate agents, but it's important for those wanting to invest. So title contract, deed contract, identity contract. And then so it talks about a little bit more. So private key, title deed, and how that sort of jazz works. So identity, title deed agreements, electronic signature, roll, whitelist, pause, unpause. Great. Next part. So let me scroll down a little bit more. Now things which I want to look at. So intermediary, buyer, seller. Cool. Pause, unpause. Great. Look at that. Fabulous. Registry fees, token overflow. Now, here's an annoying thing which they don't have. They don't have a chart behind their tokenomics. But what they do have is this. They have this smidgen bit of information. Where is it? The pro paid for registry fees as follows. Company. Network growth pool, cool. And then, so here's what bugs me a little bit. So this is their only pretty much like semblance of tokenomics, right? So 15% or 15 million of the total supply of pros is intended to be reserved for the company under the following conditions. So what's cool is that they are locked, and as we can see, if we have a look at the actual Ether scan, we can see some of these locked contracts, which I imagine is actually under the site of these guys. So 3 million, 5 million, 5 million, 2 million. Although that doesn't quite equal 15 million, I'm sure that it probably adds to some extent equals 15%. Although if you go 10 plus 8 plus 7, that's more than 15. But hey, we do not need a count in any projects. Yeah. So anyway, sorry guys. But 5 million, 5 million, 3 million, and 2 million. So do we have 5 million? 5 million, 5 million, 3 million, and 2 million. Great. What a wonderful quantity. What a wonderful quantity. It's fabulous to see that they are sticking to their original intentions. Sorry guys, I'm like memeing on this project pretty hard. Yeah. So anyway, that's probably why some people might have been like, "Oh, it's a rug pull. The tokenomics." Anyway, so yeah, some of these are kind of interesting. So they have token holders at the network, 40 plus banks and wire transfers and e-signatures, and 70% of the counties for data recording. Reading it very fast. Did I see anything of interest on here? Yes, there was something which was super fascinating on here. So when I first looked at this, I was like, hang on a moment. Why would someone NFT their property? And so this is the sort of part for why I'm going to keep this page open here. Is royalty fees and innovation. So they are essentially making this idea, and this is just absolutely fascinating. Is that they are pretty much talking about how you can have like own parts of your property, right? Like you could be NFTing 20% of a property, right? And then as a part of that, people can say that they own like a collectible property, for instance. So like you can say collectible real estate, where you can invest in things and and say that you own part of a property. It's just fascinating, man. And so they sort of talk a little bit more about how it sort of works or what have you. And so they go through a bit of imagine a world where people own an NFT of Larry Allison's island. And then so they go through like a part of that sort of jazz, and then so we don't really need to look too deeply into that. And this one was done in 2021, which is it's fascinating, but it doesn't really sort of help calm some of my angsts about this project. So this is the about section. We believe in a world where barriers to real estate are removed. Silicon Valley prop tech company, cool. And then so they talk about self-driving and home buyers, offer transactions supported by the best advisors. So we have Michael Arrington of TechCrunch, we have Daniel from Apple, we have Barry from Netflix, and we got Bruce from Urban Logic. So I have looked up all these profile pictures to see if they are legitimate. By doing a reverse image search, and they are all legitimate, so that's fabulous. It's a bit annoying how we can't see the full team, but I guess why would we want to do that? So founder and CEO, co-founder and VP of business development, and CFO. So we have a look at some of their LinkedIn's. Now this chickie, who is actually the CEO, she's got some pretty impressive experience. So she was the managing owner of MP Group Limited. She was a contributor to Forbes, which is quite cool, and she was an advisor for Arrington XRP Capital, which that is fascinating. Not was an advisor, is an advisor. Beg your pardon. Oh my gosh. And so she's been doing this Propy Corp CEO thing since November 2016. And then so we have Maria Angelova, where she has been a CFO for New Project. Don't think that's a company. I just imagine that. I don't know what that would be, to be honest. But she has been a chief financial officer and a treasury officer for BNP Paribas Personal Finance. No idea what they are. But she's also the CFO for Propy as well, which is good. So she has had experience, which is fabulous. And then we have Denitsa. Please excuse me if I'm mispronouncing your name. So she is now the business development manager / co-founder. She was a board member / ambassador for the business club UNWE. She was also a sales manager and a project manager as well. And she's got quite a nice little belt regarding education as well. So yeah, impressive jazz. Yeah, so in terms of all of these which we have been reading, what are my final thoughts about this? So let's actually, sorry, wrong page. So let's, go through some of my personal final thoughts. So there is an interview with Natalia. In fact, there's been more than one interview with her, so that is very good to know. That is very good to see. But in terms of some of the other things, so I think if they are to be listing on Binance, we'll probably see another pump. If you're going to buy this coin, do not buy it right now, because it's literally at its all-time high within the last year. Don't do it. It's a bad risk. If you're going to buy it, buy somewhere down here. Buy somewhere where maybe they've got a bit more support or something. Or maybe this might be their new support. Do not know. I don't imagine that, the all-time high would be the support, but maybe something like what does it say? $2.66. Maybe that'll be the new support. Or something like that, right? So yeah, if you wanted to buy it like $2.70 or something like that. Yeah, other sort of comments which I have about the project is in terms of their roadmap. So in terms of their roadmap, they do have some jazz for 21/22. But it looks like this is probably the one for 2021, and then it just sort of finished there. Milestones to achieve. Yeah. So it doesn't really look like there's much in terms of their roadmap and upcoming. And keep in mind that this article was posted on June 17th, 2021. So yeah, when I try to Google what else their roadmap might have, I didn't exactly find anything which was going to be helpful / useful. And this is a part of their 2019 roadmap, which was actually enhanced by Natalia herself. So in terms of investment for the future, what do we have to look forward to? Don't know. Probably just expanding, most likely. But that's almost with any cryptocurrency project. So what are we looking forward to with this? Honestly, I don't really see much apart from it's just going to probably keep growing and sort of booming every so often. As I say, it is definitely something, if I was a real estate agent, this would be fantastic. I mean, because remember, you're literally earning money on like you doing stuff. And if I was a house owner or a homeowner, which I'm not a homeowner and I don't live in the United States, then this would just be the absolute bee's knees, because it would just make the process so simple. And as I say, if I was an agent, it would be tremendous. Yeah, and the fact that we don't know what these fat boy wallets are for, that's concerning. Don't know what that is for, but that is majorly concerning. These are literally like, do you know how there's that like the hanging guillotine, or the swinging axe or the swinging sword hanging over the neck or whatever? That is literally, when I see these numbers, that scares me. So yeah, so I'm not going to be investing into this, but you guys are welcome to invest into it, man. And yeah, so anyway, that's pretty much the end of my video. Guys, if you want to like and subscribe, that'd be awesome. If you want to comment, please be kind in the comments, Give good information. Don't just be like, you suck, bro. Give good information. That's what I'm trying to do, is create a community. And a part of creating that community is doing this whole Patreon thing. Where yeah, I mean, I'm intending to have this Discord community, man. I'm wanting us to be in a good place and space where we can talk with each other openly and honestly about projects, and maybe why we think they're gonna go up or why we think they're gonna go down, based on actual factual information which we can see. And not just sort of go based on our feelings, even though I am telling you things which are based on my feelings. So I guess you can tell me that. But anyway, so guys, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, as I probably already said for like the whole 3 times. Join my Patreon. Help me earn money so that I can keep doing these things and not have to worry about paying too many bills. Anyway, see you guys.